Good morning everybody and welcome to Friday. So we've made it to the end of the week. Hopefully it is your last day at school today or at work or whatever you might be doing. The weekend is almost upon us. Weather this morning, well, whether you can hear it or not I don't know. Bit of a change, quite windy. But quite a lot of rain overnight, actually. But we're quite lucky. There is a bit of a storm going across the UK at the minute, which I had no idea about. Come on. It was only when I got out of the car at home last night. Azra's going to the loo. No, she's not going to the loo. She's decided she's not going to. Go on. And I said to Julia, I don't know where all this wind's come from. She said to me, well, there's a storm, didn't you know? I said, didn't know. I said to you, where's all this wind come from? Anyway, Azra can't make her mind up, so we'll carry on. Come on, come out of the puddle. Come on, Azra. Well, I think we're going to have a morning this morning, guys, where Azra is very lethargic. I can tell within a quarter of a mile from home that this ash is going to be this morning, so hopefully it will get better. Good morning to you. Love the accent. That's interesting. What accent is it? Born in London, grew up outside, so maybe a little bit of Cockney, but I wouldn't have thought so, not now. I've got a bit of a raspy voice at the minute, which may not be helping. Anyway, whatever. So, in regards to temperature this morning, I would put it, without actually looking, with the wind chill, this is probably about 6 or 7 degrees. Right, I'm going to put this bag back in here. Azra, will you come on? Good girl. As I said, guys, very lethargic this morning. Hi to everyone. Coming up to 10 o'clock in the USA, so that must mean you're on the west coast somewhere, that sort of direction, with that time difference. Got a massive puddle here. You have to go around this. As for having a drink and just walking straight through it. Come on. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to the channel. Nevada. Yep, there you go. Not far off. Went to Las Vegas quite a few years ago now, and I know when I was ringing home, the 8-hour time difference, James was a lot younger then, and he wanted to be called before school, so that became sort of middle of the night, early hours of the morning out of Las Vegas. I remember it very well. We didn't do it every morning, guys. He had to understand we couldn't do it every morning. Did it a couple of times. We are back in America later this year, as you might have heard. We've got our Orlando trip booked for our 20-year wedding anniversary. We're in Las Vegas for our 10. Going to Orlando for our 20. Loads of things organised for that. It's going to be a busy week, actually. Come on the pavement, Azra, and lead on. Good girl. How old am I? I'm going to be 46 this year, so a bit of an old timer for this YouTube malarkey. But we've done a few travel vlogs now, travel series, which if you're interested in, we did Euro Disney last year. We also did a cruise last year. The first travel series of this year is fast approaching. We'll be going to Mallorca at the end of the month for a week. Come on, Azra, lead on. Come on, come on. Come on. Azra, come on, let's go. She's very lethargic this morning, guys. I don't know if anyone's joined me before. But she's very, very lethargic. Sometimes we get her where she's just leading the way like a little reindeer pulling a sledge. This morning, I don't know if she knows she's coming or going. I think sometimes it's the wind, because things are blowing about and there's lots of distractions. Anyway, what have we got? I'm just stopping to have a look at the 3:59 in Oz. Where in Oz are you? I love speaking to people around the world in different places. I've only been doing the YouTube channel now for just over a year. Started it in October 24 proper. I've had a YouTube sort of channel, or login, whatever you want to say, since about 2010, but started off properly in October 24, so just over a year. Just over a year has passed, and we're doing all right. It's a relatively small channel. It's not designed to make money. Whether that time will ever come, who knows? But at the minute, it's just us going away on holiday. When we do, take you away for sort of days away, we do and stuff like that. Live strolls with the dog, or dogs. Depends who I've got with me. Ralph wouldn't come out on the long strolls. He's a lot older and a lot smaller. He watches, actually, from his bed. And you may laugh at that, guys, but he likes to listen. So when we're out, Julia, the other half, the wife, puts the channel on and he loves to listen. Quite extraordinary. Anyway, we are doing the long stroll this morning. So when we get to the end of this road, we'll be doing a left going up the hill and then back round. So it's probably going to be about 45 minutes. There's quite a lot of chat coming through this morning, so I'm having to sort of pause, so it might take a little bit longer. I've got the old camera on the old chest mount, which does free up my other hand. Now, I've got a few bits of technology yesterday, guys. Some of you might be interested, some of you might not be. I got my new Apple Watch finally. Didn't necessarily need a new Apple Watch. Go on, lead on, don't worry about that dog. But it's the new updated one. I had the Series 9. Got that in New York when we were there for Christmas. What we're now? Well, it must have been 23, 24. We were there between Christmas and New Year. So 23, 24, I guess. Because if I've got the Series 11 now, which came out last year. Yeah, so it must have been. I always forget. Anyway, watched the one of the first ever vlogs I did. It wasn't a proper vlog series in New York. It was a lot of videos, a lot of photos sort of combined. But worth a watch. We did a load that week. Probably more than mere mortals should. But we packed so much in. Well, recommend a visit to New York if you can. I wouldn't be in a rush to go back, and that's not criticising it, but we did so much that I would go back perhaps when I've done other things. Right, is she finally going to the loo? Yes, she is. And she's done it very conveniently, guys, because there is a bin. Go to the bin, Azra. Good girl. Right. I don't know how bad this wind is coming out. I mean, it sounds to me like it's blowing a flipping gale, wherever it's coming out on the speaker. Come on, lead on. It sounds to me like it's blowing a gale, but whether it's coming out on the speaker like this, I've no idea. Azra. She is really misbehaving this morning. Not like her at all to be misbehaving. Hopefully she'll get better. Right, come on, lead on. So tomorrow's football match has been cancelled, unfortunately. So it does free us up. I was looking forward to some new garden furniture coming today, but that's been rearranged for next Friday as well. So all of a sudden the weekend has become a little bit quiet, actually. All forced upon us. Of course, next weekend we'll be packing. Could have done with this happening the role reversal, actually. But the football match that we had for the day we're going on holiday has actually been cancelled as well. So that is good news, because there's a couple of things here. A, there's no risk of James getting injured just before we go away, which obviously is positive. And B, we've not got to drive. It's North Cambridgeshire, sort of Fordham direction, I think it was. So it wasn't a local match. If it was a local match, it wouldn't be such a problem. But it's just all adding stress on a day when you're supposed to be going away. So I'm actually not that bothered it's been cancelled. It's annoying at this late stage of the season with rearranged fixtures. I will agree with that. But yeah. So one more game before we go on holiday, which is next Saturday, which I think is in Ely direction, which again is quite a way. Yeah, so busy weekend next weekend. Get the furniture on Friday, hopefully. Football on Saturday. And then we've got to start packing as well. I am not one of these people that leave packing to the last minute, guys. Although that Saturday has freed us up quite a lot, actually. But anyway, whatever. We'll see. Again, it very much depends on the weather when we're there as well, of course. And the closer you get, the more accurate it becomes. Because it's a bit hit and miss at the minute, according to the weather forecast. But that is the long range. Come on, Azra, lead on. At the moment, first few days we're there, it's looking a bit ropey. And then sort of from the middle of the time, it warms up again. Who knows? We're away, we'll enjoy it, whatever. And it's all inclusive, so we can have a few beers, cocktails, wines, whatever. Go for some nice walks, take you with us. I will be doing a live every morning, obviously without Azra. There will be a travel series, as I say. So yeah, there'll be lots to look forward to. Got a few things planned when we're there, but again, not loads. Not really knowing what the weather's going to be like does really have an effect on what you can and can't do. For example, you might want to go to a water park. Well, you're not going to do that if it's, I don't know, between 10 and 15 degrees and cloudy and possibly raining. If it was nearer 20 and sunny, you might be able to do it. So we just got to wait till we're there. Everything is achievable, guys. Okay, so we've now made the turn going back towards the high street. I'm aware of fluctuating numbers this morning. I've always said, and I'll say it many times again, it never worries me at all, numbers, because I know people watch the replays because I can see that, and people tell me as well. So sometimes these are a bit early for people, these walks or strolls, whichever you wish to say. So a lot of the people are either the early birds in the UK and Europe, or people like our American and Australian friends who have joined the chat this morning, watching in different time zones. So yeah, you get sort of a nice mix of people in the mornings. You really do. I don't do it very often, but maybe in the summer we'll do it a bit more. So the strolls of an afternoon, and again that'll flip around because you won't have so many sort of Australia, Asia, maybe even sort of Middle East people watching. It'd be more UK, Europe, the Americas, that sort of thing. So it does flip around as to when we're doing the strolls as to what we get, but all I know is UK is first, the US of A is second in viewers watching, and I think it is Australia that's third. I need to check that actually because it does fluctuate actually. But it's about right with sort of who you speak to in the mornings really. What's everybody's plans for the weekends? Anyone got anything exciting on planned? As I say, our weekend's been rather curtailed before it started, which is nice because if we do want to do anything, we've got no restrictions on football commitments again this weekend. So yes, we will see what we can see when we can see it. Okay, so what is it now? Coming up to 5:15 AM here in the UK. Hence it is still dark. It'll start getting light probably in about 45 minutes to an hour. We have started on Sundays going out about 6:30, 7:15 without the artificial lights. So we have we are getting better with the light, but obviously during the week still we're a good at least a month away from being able to do that, I reckon. Got a car coming. Okay, lead on. If you have been with me before, guys, you'll know what she's like with cars. She's a rescue dog. A mix between Labrador and Beagle and a few other bits, but primarily Labrador and Beagle. Labrador size, Beagle colours, personality of both. And I do understand, guys, it is a little bit dark through here. I'm trying to light the way, and we will be on the high street in a bit. We will get far better light. As I say, we're standing under a street light at the minute, so we've got lovely light. Not sure if I lived in that house I'd love that light, to be honest with you. That would be going right through the windows. Anyway, I don't live there, so it doesn't matter. Right, go on, Azra, let's go. Come on. Okay, so we're now getting towards the high street, which is the sort of almost the southerly tip of the village. We actually were at the southerly tip over the weekend on Sunday. If you were with us on that stroll, you'd have seen that. But this is near as damn, it makes no difference. And then it's about 15-20 minute stroll from here. Come on, Azra, lead on. Good girl. To the other end of the village. And we've got cars coming. Right, Azra, come on. Now here, because we're a bit further away, yes, she'll probably pull towards the car, but she won't. She's not that interested, really. There you go. Had a good look, but she wasn't that bothered, thank goodness. And we've got more people joining up all the time, so welcome. Hopefully you've been with us before, but if you haven't, we do this every morning, a live stroll, dog walk. In the mornings we will start getting lighter and lighter over the next few weeks, a month, so we'll be able to do different strolls. Do like and subscribe, hit that bell, you will see when we're on. Got a travel series coming up at the end of the month as well. Yeah, got a travel series coming up again. Sorry, I thought there was a lorry coming behind us, and that would have been annoying for Azra. So that's something to look forward to. We're going to Mallorca, so I'm hoping to do lives and some vlogs from there. Don't know exactly what we'll be vlogging, guys. It's very difficult knowing. I've got a few things planned. Whether it's weather dependent, I think, which the weather is still a little bit up in the air. Come on, Azra, lead on. And I love listening to the bird song. They're all just starting to wake up. Dangerous branch there. So I asked a question earlier, I'll ask it again. What's everybody up to today? Where are people watching from? What time is it where you are? We've spoken to someone in Nevada this morning, someone in Australia this morning. See, we've had the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. Love it. Love speaking to everyone. I really do. I love watching sort of other people sort of walk alongs as well in different parts of the world. You do see some lovely places that you wouldn't otherwise see, because people that do this are normally sort of locals. And when you're a local, you do know the sort of the niche places, the little nooks and crannies to go to. Whereas if you're a tourist, sometimes you might know the areas to go to that they may want you to go to, or are well known, shall we say. Sometimes just straying off the beaten track, you see so much more. And an example of that for us is when we went to Sardinia on a cruise last year, Cagliari. We moored on the cruise ship in the port. We went up for the walk up the sort of the main drag. Then we explored a little bit off, and the universal language of pointing and yes and no from the Italian chap really gave us some good insight as to where to go. And we saw some beautiful places in Cagliari. Probably one of the most beautiful towns I think I've ever been to, actually. You know, very, very old style, Mediterranean. Come on, Azra, lead on. It was a really, really nice place. Very hilly, guys. So if you are ever going there, be aware, it is a very hilly place. Good walking shoes and be fit. Anyway, I don't think from some of the videos I've seen of Mallorca where we're going, it's as bad as that. Yes, there are some hills, and I've seen that. Azra. There was a cat that just ran behind the car. She saw eagle-eyed Azra. So when we do the medium stroll, guys, it's this road in front where we come out, Azra. Just in case there's a car coming. Shouldn't be, because there's no entry from that direction. You never know. Go on then. Lead on. So you can see it's a huge chunk we miss out when we do just a medium stroll. But we're now sort of just meandering our way up the high street towards the village centre. If you've been with me before, you've seen it all before. This is why I look forward to the weekends, guys, because we do different strolls rather than normal weekly ones. Or sorry, not weekly ones, daily ones during the week. That's what I meant to say. Tomorrow and Sunday, I don't know quite how it's going to be with the lives over the weekend, guys, again. Purely and simply because got Grand Prix in China and qualifying starts early, normally when we'd be out. So if I do the live stroll, it'll be after that. Got to speak to Mother today because I usually take her to the hairdressers on a Sunday, but I would quite like to watch the qualifying live, so I need to speak to her today. Just make sure she's all right to do that. I'm sure she will be. I'm sure she'll be fine. And then, as I say, no real plans now after the curtailment of the garden furniture being reorganised the next week and the football being cancelled. So we'll probably take Azra out after the qualifying session. And then we definitely will have daylight, so we'll see how we go. Because before qualifying, I guess it doesn't stop us. I need to shoot to Tesco's to get a few bits and pieces. If you are watching in the UK, remember it's Mother's Day on Sunday. Don't get yourself in trouble. Yeah, we are in the UK. Where are you, Cat? Loads of drips coming off the roof there. Thanks for that. As I say, we had loads of rain overnight here in the UK. There's another branch. Now, I will just add, guys, the wind. I did say this at the beginning. The wind last night. There's a branch there. Norfolk, I'm going to say, is one of my favourite counties in the UK. In fact, I'm going to go out and limb. My favourite. We love Wales next to the sea. We come to Yarmouth, not necessarily for the attractions, but we've got a favourite hotel there. That's right on the front. It's a 4-star, and we really get looked after. We've been going many, many years to the Imperial in Great Yarmouth. But yeah, we've done Sheringham, we've done Holt, Cromer. In fact, we've got a week's cottage holiday in Norfolk in the summer holidays. So yeah, I envy you living up there. Obviously, it depends where in Norfolk you live. Maybe you're sort of in Norwich, which is a bit more busier than some of the coastal places. I don't know. Who knows? Let me know. All I know is that A11 coming from sort of London towards Norwich has been a nightmare now for months because of the road improvements there. And then going into Great Yarmouth as well has been horrendous now because they're building a new bypass, and it'll all be great once it's done. But the other time we went there, we actually went a different way because I just couldn't be bothered to deal with the A11 and then the A47. We came from sort of the Lowestoft direction, so into Yarmouth from that direction the last time, which was for the Valentine's weekend. And what is the weather in Norfolk this morning? Is it windy? The wind has really settled down here. I don't know what the wind was like where you were last night. It was, I would say we were having sort of 40, 50, 60 mile gusts here inland, so it must have been worse on the coast. That's the old church here in the village, just there. So we are in the village centre now. There is not much to show you guys. I've done it before. I like that. He leaves his till open. So if anyone's thinking about breaking in, they can see there is a lot of damage here. A lot of damage from the winds we've had last night. I assume it's from the... I mean, crikey. This is awful. I don't think I've seen so much wind damage that I have. I mean, this has literally gone everywhere. Newspaper everywhere in the road. Come on, Azra, leave it. Wow, wow, wow. It was particularly strong last night, guys, I will say that. And I sort of had a gentle moan about that branch overhanging on the pavement back down the other end, but I did have to rethink that because, as I say, the wind was particularly bad last night. Anyway, it has settled down now, thank goodness. I don't think we'd have been able to have done a live. Lead on, Azra, if we were doing it with the winds, because it was so bad. You wouldn't have been able to hear me. Simple as that. Okay, right. Enough of that. We are now under 10 minutes until we get home. So we're now meandering our way towards home. What will be on 1.6 miles? It'll be over 2 miles by the time we get home. And that's a good stroll for us. At the weekends we try and do the longer ones. Again, as I say, this weekend, because of the early start, and of course in a few weekends time when it's the Japanese Grand Prix weekend as well. But then after that, it sort of frees up. Hopefully we will still see Grand Prix in the Middle East. The way it's going, I think it's going to be a foregone conclusion that they'll be called off. I can't see a world at the minute where they will go ahead. I think they're making a decision on the 20th of March. So not too long now. So we might have a big break between Japan and, I guess it'll be Miami, will it? I think it's Miami. Go on, Azra. But it won't be like a summer lockdown unless they decide to try and rearrange the Middle East races for the summer. But again, I can't see that because they're super hot at that time of year, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, little Ralph is weighing in. Hi to you. Now that is Azra's brother from another mother. I was speaking about that earlier on in the stroll, about how he likes to listen. I'm sure he's probably snoring, but he does like to listen sometimes. I think he'd far rather be out, but he'd be being picked up by about now. He'd have had enough. Which is why if we do the long strolls and Ralph comes, it's when Julia or James comes. So if he does need to be picked up. That is a bad hole opening up there. I mean, he went right down that. That was noisy. Beware of that, peeps. Not that many of you probably come through our little village, but that was noisy. Right. He's choosing his bone, is he? Okay. Hopefully he hasn't got his bone that I left downstairs in the kitchen. Well, I don't think he would have, actually. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, don't matter. He always makes a habit of chewing stuff on my side of the bed, so I have to deal with all that nonsense when I go to bed at night. Anywho. We haven't seen the buses this morning, or the coaches. So we've seen a few cars. Nothing that's bothered Azra too much apart from that last car. That was quite close and quite noisy as it hit that. Another hole that's opening up. Go on, Azra, lead on. Well, that's good. Azra having an itch or trying to dry herself. It's not been raining the whole time we've been out, so I don't know what she's doing. Lovely bird song above my head. As long as I don't get shat on, it's lovely to listen to it right under the trees, and they're literally right above me. I'm looking forward to getting home today, guys. My legs are quite tired today, I would say. Don't know why in particular today. And then I'm leaving for work probably around 7 this morning, maybe a bit after, 10 past. So I want to get to work and watch qualifying, which starts at 7:30 in China, UK time. I'm leaving a bit earlier to watch it. Normally I don't leave till about, until about 7:30. Leaving a bit earlier. Azra, you got your nice fresh water at home, let you find every puddle when we're out. Go on, lead on. As I say, all birds around us, making lovely bird song noises. Next turning on the right, we will be taking, that sounds like the goods train in the distance there. I could hear the difference between that and the normal train. I remember when I used to have to go that way, I'd get held up every morning by that wretched train, and it was only towards the end I started going a different way, because I found a different way that avoided the level crossing, and it never became a problem. But for ages and ages, with my 2 stints of working in Cambridge, 3 stints really, I had to negotiate that wretched level crossing. You can see how much puddles there are, guys, after the rain we had last night. Come on, Azra. Right, lead on. Go on. Good girl. As I say, looking forward to getting home today, having a rest, having some breakfast. How long is it? What time is it? 25 to 6. That's not bad. We'll have an hour or so chilling time. What we've done distance-wise this morning, yep, it's just coming up to 2 miles. Go on, lead on. Azra, Azra, Azra. Good girl. You can start saying goodbye to your viewers. She gave you a look, guys. Right, come on, Azra. Good girl. Right, guys, we are going to start wrapping this up. Have a lovely Friday, whatever you're up to. We will reconvene at some stage tomorrow. I'm not quite sure when at the moment. I'm just thinking in my mind it might be an early one tomorrow, so we'll need the artificial lights. Maybe. I'll wait and see. I need to have a look at timings and work it out in my head. So it might be early, it might be a later one, I don't know yet. But whatever, if you've hit the bell, subscribe, you'll know when we're on anyway. Have a great day, guys, and we'll reconvene tomorrow.